The Brexit has been responsible for a third of food price inflation in the United Kingdom since 2019, casting doubt on the government's attempts to prove the EU departure has helped Britain. Now, that was according to Bloomberg, based on a research paper by the London School of Economics. Now, the London School of Economics economists now have estimated that between December 2019 and March 2023, the regulatory, sanitary and other border inspections have added about £7 billion to the total domestic grocery prices. And this, in fact, breaks down to an increase of £250 per family every single month. Now, according to them, the prices have in fact gone up by over 25% over this period instead of the 17% that they would have increased had Britain remained as part of the EU single market. The results surface as indicators have suggested that high inflation is now increasingly becoming the new norm, and the cost of living crisis is more of a domestic issue in Britain. The inflation is easing off from the multi-decade highs globally but remains stubbornly elevated in the United Kingdom. The Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is in fact under more scrutiny after polling firm YouGov found that almost two-thirds of the Britons believe that the government is managing the EU withdrawal very badly. The Sunak in fact finds the UK inflation may follow him into the election year, and if Sunak was hoping that inflation would drop quickly this year and guarantee him an easy win in the 2024 election, then he is getting a pretty nasty awakening. The data has shown that inflation figures have in fact exceeded the expectations for 3 months in a row. Inflation is becoming more persistent and penetrating previously unaffected areas such as groceries and mobile phone bills. Meanwhile, in Japan last week, Rishi Sunak had told the reporters that his Conservative government has already delivered the benefits that it had promised. He said that the benefits included lowering the sales tax on feminine hygiene products, reworking alcohol duties to make beer cheaper, and also streamlining financial service regulations. However, that is not convincing the British public, and Britain's new trading arrangements following Brexit formally began in January 2021. And the research by the London School of Economics has shown that price rise has been noted in food categories with a very heavy reliance on imports from the EU, such as beef and for cheese, which are now becoming more and more expensive in the aftermath of Brexit within the United Kingdom. And also my colleague Alex Isat has been tracking this story very closely for us from London and centres this report. Listen in.
A recent poll by YouGov suggests that only 9% of people within the UK believe that Brexit is going well. In fact, there is a high percentage that has suggested that it wasn't even going to go well from the start. And Nigel Farage has said explicitly that he believes that Brexit is a failure because of the government not putting things into place that they should have. However, it does feel that no matter who would have been in charge, that Brexit probably wouldn't have come to the fruition that many believed that it would. Now, the huge push for Brexit back when it was going through was that the NHS would get millions more pounds, that immigration will be solved, and that we would have a lot more freedoms from the EU. And sadly, none of that has yet come true. So the YouGov does show that the UK is not necessarily behind Brexit or the government, and Rishi Sunak does have a lot going to when he has to try and push that Brexit is a great plan. He did say, when speaking with regards to what Nigel Farage had said, that he had seen some benefits to Brexit already coming out. But for most people, they'll see their cost of living on the rise, they'll see their food increase, they'll see their fuel increase as well. And it has been down to those trade deals and tariffs that have come for Brexit. It does feel that Labour has a bit of an advantage here going into the general election. They said that if they do become the leaders of the next party of the country, that they will be putting some of those EU regulations back. But is it too little, too late? Well, we will have to see. But for now, many are still going to be feeling the increase of prices across all ranges in their pocket. This is Alex Isat reporting from London for WION. World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.